this is Angie with Peach Orchard Creations, and I'm so excited to welcome you to week 5 of the Quilt Camp Quilt Along 2021. This week's block is Campfire, and ironically, it's the only one I messed up on my tester quilts, with the focus on quarter square triangles. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'd heard of half square triangles, but quarter square triangles I had never really thought about. So let's jump right in. We're gonna cut it up. It's pretty simple, just some squares in the pattern. So I'm gonna get those cut and then I'll be right back. So I have all my fabric cut here, and we're gonna go on and jump straight into piecing the block. To start piecing the block, you're gonna start off with half square triangles and then make down to quarter square triangles. So there are a few things first. To make half square triangles, you draw a line down the center of the square, and then you sew a 1/4 inch on each side of that line. There are a few ways you can mark your fabric. This is called like a Hera, I think that's how you say it, a Hera marker, and it's just got this really, it's not sharp, but it just leaves a good indentation in your fabric, so you can like mark the indentation and you can see it pretty well up close. Another option is a friction pen. It's erasable with the iron. And then another option is a water soluble or like a disappearing air ink. This I use mainly for long arm quilting, but it can be used to mark these if you need to be able to see the line really well. The blue side's water soluble and the purple side's air. Honestly, my favorite is this Hera marker because I don't have to do anything like when I'm done. Like it's just gone. You don't have to worry about these too much on half square triangles because you do cut straight on the line that you marked earlier. So it's really preference. If you have vision problems or like have not as fantastic eyesight, the marker option will definitely be better over the Hera. So do whatever works best for you. In this pattern, she tells you which fabrics to match. So I'm gonna get those matched up, marked, and I stack. I don't pin, but you can always pin as you match up the combos that she tells you to in the pattern. So let's do that real quick. Alrighty, I've got all of my squares paired up and marked down the center. What you're gonna do is line up the marking that you just made, the line, with the edge, the 1/4 inch edge of your machine, so that you're sewing a 1/4 inch off the center line you marked. And we'll do it on each side, but I'll show you. So let's go. And I start with the needle in the fabric so that I don't have any feet issues. Two things you can do here. You can continue feeding all in one direction, or you can just raise your presser foot, flip it around, pull a little slack, and line up this other edge like this, and drop the needle in your fabric. Either way will work. So that's the first way you can do it. And you can see my marking, and I've got a 1/4 inch on each side of that marking. Here's the other way you can do it. You can chain piece all of them together, and I will show you. Got all these chain pieced, and now I'll just flip them around using my marking that I made down the center of the fabric, or the center of the square, the diagonal. Then I'm just going to go on the other direction. Done and chain pieced. I'm having a weird tension situation over here, but whoops, and there we go. Here you can see my chain piecing right here. And I'll just clip those and then we'll go on. So all of these are done. And now what I'll do is I will take my ruler. So I'll just take this and we're gonna go from corner to corner. And cut it. There we go. And I'll read, press all seams towards color A or color B. So that's easy. I'm gonna press all mine towards my yellow and my orange. Straight down the line you marked, and then we will press all of those back. And like she said, press towards color A and color B. So that's easy for me, and I'll just go ahead and flip all mine to those colors facing up, so I can just knock these out. So now I have all my beautiful half square triangles sewn together. She tells you how we're going to go forward making our quarter square triangles. And we're gonna do that by pairing up these blocks together, and I'll show you. I'm gonna pair up my fabrics real quick. And then you're gonna mark these same way you did earlier down the diagonal. So you're not gonna sew on the seam, you're gonna mark across, perpendicular to the seam, okay? So we've got these paired up, we've got the center line marked, and we're gonna sew a 1/4 inch on both sides of the line like we did earlier. Alrighty, so these are all finished up. So to square up your blocks, you'll follow the measurements as indicated in the pattern. She tells you the center point to line up, and she tells you the overall size of the block as well. So make sure you follow those. Have my 45° on the seam, have my center point marked. Make sure that my overall width is within the fabric, because if it's not, we'll have a little issue when we go to trim, okay? You don't want your fabric to be inside of the measurement you need, because obviously it'll be too small. So might have to finagle, might be off a few, but don't stress. Just keep cutting. It'll be fine, I promise, okay? So then once you do the other side, now you get to line up with your overall size that she tells you in the pattern, and make sure your center mark is close, if not spot on, and then trim again. And now you have your perfect square in the size it's supposed to be. So you'll just go through and do this to all of them, and knock them out, get them squared up. Third time's the charm. I've got all my blocks squared up, and now I am going to piece the large block together out of all these smaller blocks. The biggest thing to check for is to just check your layout, double check it, triple check it. And then you have the big triangles on the corners. Be mindful of where these fabrics are, because if I were to switch these two, see how that changes? There's no longer yellow to yellow. So be mindful of that. Follow the diagram. The diagram is correct. And then you should have all of your fabric B's coming into this center block. Okay? I think that's kind of it. So I'm gonna try to sew this together for a third time. I've ripped it so many times. I don't know why I have trouble with this block, but I do. But we're gonna get it this time, and then I will have the finished block in just a second. So a trick I like to do, if we have seams that go the same way, then I'll just split the seam on top. That way I can get something to kind of help me create that nested seam, so I get those nice crisp points, and then I'll just pin it open like that. And with one piece of fabric, even if I have to iron it like folded like that, I'm not too concerned at all about it. What a lovely, lovely block. I'm so excited. It actually goes like this. There we go. That is the Campfire block. It is beautiful. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Look at these like crisp corners that line up. Oh, beautiful. So that is week, I have to think about it, 5. That's crazy. Week 5 and the Campfire block. So that concludes week 5, the Campfire block. What a fun block. The quarter square triangles are super fun. I love all the little crisp points on this block, and it really reminds me of people sitting around a campfire, i.e. the name. So reminder, get your images of your block posted by Sunday night so you can enter this week's giveaway. It's sponsored by Stash Fabrics and Color Fun Quilts. Erin is the designer of this block, and she killed it. This is a super fun block, and just don't let the layout get you like it's gotten me. It is not hard. I just have, you know, some of those patterns. You have a mental block, and apparently this is mine. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time, and make sure to use the hashtag Quilt Camp QAL, and we can't wait to see all your beautiful, beautiful creations. Until next time, see you later. Bye.